Send a plain Python request to any kick.com URL, and this is the answer: 40379 bytes. That's Cloudflare, and it fronts everything. The HTML pages and the JSON API is behind them. Data center IP, residential IP, custom headers, the wall holds either way. Your request never even reaches the application. But here's the thing about Kik. This was never an HTML job. Open XQC's channel page, pop dev tools, filter the network tab to fetch an XHR, and the real sources appear. Kik is a React single-page app. The HTML shell carries no data at all. Everything rides internal REST endpoints under /API/v2, serving complete JSON, channel info, streams, chat, VODs, clips, all of it, which means no beautiful soup anywhere in this video. The whole game is clear Cloudflare once, then read JSON. And clearing Cloudflare turns out to be the easiest part. Route the same request through scrape do, token, URL, and nothing else. Status 200. No super true. We tested it on every endpoint, identical results. No render true. That one actively breaks things because the target is a REST response with no JavaScript to render. The default request passes. We have rarely seen a Cloudflare site fold this cleanly. One probing trick before we build. Guess a Kik API path that doesn't exist, and it answers 200, with 62,877 bytes of HTML. That's the catch-all React index page. Real endpoints return JSON at a fraction of that size. Memorize the byte count. It's your phantom endpoint detector. Scraper number 1, channel info. 3 slugs in. XQC, Trainwrecks TV, Aiden Ross. 1 request each against /channels/slug. The field to respect is livestream. It's null when the channel is offline, and a full object when live. So every lookup goes through an or empty dict guard. That's what lets offline channels produce a complete row with 0 viewers and empty stream fields. Instead of crashing the loop on the first .get, run it and the terminal tells the story. XQC, Lev, 1,070,000 followers, Trainwrecks, TV, offline, 561,000, Aiden Ross, live, 2,025,000. The CSV catches the rest. XQC live in Forza Horizon, 6 with 6,789 viewers, Aiden Ross in front of 195,000. 11 columns per channel, 1 get each. Scraper 2 answers the platform question. What's live on Kik right now? The source is the same endpoint Kik's own homepage calls, featured live streams. And it comes back as a Laravel paginator. 14 streams per page, and each response carries a complete next page URL. Follow it as is, stop when it's null. Easiest pagination in this entire video. One honest limitation: the endpoint accepts category filters and then ignores them. Filtering by category happens in your rows, not in the request. 3 pages, 42 streams. Aiden Ross on top at 195,000 viewers, down through slots and casino grinders to XQC racing in Forza. Expect about 2 overlapping streams per page boundary. The listing re-ranks by live viewers between your requests. 42 rows, 38 unique. Deduplicate on the channel column if it matters. Now, the section this video earns its keep with: chat. In the browser, Kik Chat rides a pusher WebSocket. And that's where every other tutorial goes. Hold a socket open, capture messages in real time, hope the connection survives. What nobody covers is that Kik also serves chat over plain REST. The messages endpoint returns the 25 most recent messages as JSON. One catch: it only accepts the numeric channel ID. Feed it a slug, and it answers 502. The fix costs 1 request we already know. The channel endpoint carries the ID. And here's the centerpiece. Alongside the messages comes a cursor for paging backward. And most cursors are opaque base 64 blobs. Kik's is not. It's the message timestamp in epoch microseconds, in plain sight. which means it's seekable. Seed the first request with any past moment, and Kick returns chat from exactly that window, paging backward from there. The stream can be long over. The history is still there to query. Pair it with a VOD's start time, and you reconstruct the full chat log of a stream that finished days ago. No WebSocket held open during the stream, no recording infrastructure, one REST endpoint after the fact. The loop itself is simple. A request, flatten, feed the response's cursor into the next request for older messages. 3 pages, 69 messages, 0 overlap between pages. Cleaner than the listing paginator managed. And look at the rows. Timestamps down to the second, usernames, user IDs, and emotes arriving in line as tokens, like emote 37,221 EZ. Leave them in. Which emotes a chat spams is data. Scraper 4, VODs. One call to the video's endpoint hands over the channel's recent broadcasts. Around 26 items, no pagination at all. 2 details need attention. Duration here is in milliseconds. Clips, 2 minutes from now, use seconds. 2 units in the same API, so label your columns. And the watch URL isn't in the response. You build it yourself from the slug, and the video's UUID. XQC returns 26 VODs, 34.5 million milliseconds on one of them. That's a 9.5-hour stream. And notice the created at column, because this is the bridge. That timestamp is exactly what the chat scraper's history mode wants as its seed. A finished stream and its complete chat log, both recoverable after the fact. That's the workflow this whole video builds toward. Last scraper, clips. The viral unit of the platform. Sort by view, time all, and the all-time top clips become a URL instead of a post-processing step. Pagination changes dialect one final time. The response carries a next cursor object holding a view count and an ID. And the API wants only the ID passed back. 3 endpoints, 3 pagination schemes. Full URLs for listings, timestamps for chat, object cursors for clips. Rarely all in the same API. 3 pages, 60 clips. The all-time king is a 30-second clip called Soda at 316,000 views, and every single row ends in a direct playlist.m3 U8 link on clips.kick.com. Playable, downloadable, ready. 5 surfaces. 5 CSVs. 1 pattern, find the internal endpoint, clear Cloudflare, read JSON. And the only anti-bot work Kick demanded took 0 parameters. Full code is on GitHub, and Scrape Do gives you 1,000 free credits to start.